Pride is protest to me.
Pride is freedom.
Own the streets. That's what pride means to me.
That's a hard job, that.
And it is. You've got strong arms holding that.
I'm Amy Zing, and I'm the co-founder of Sink the Pink.
I'm Jim Stanton from Horsemeat Disco.
I'm Glyn Fussell, and I'm co-founder of Sink the Pink.
I'm Luke Howard from Horsemeat Disco.
Sink the Pink was, I should say, because it finished last year, a club night. It's been running 15 years. It started very, very much like a DIY celebration, like a house party.
Yeah, pretty much a house party in a club, a sort of labelless, genderless, everything space to come and have a very silly time.
That is what Sink the Pink is. Have that.
Yeah, I'm like, God,
Like Rum DMC.
blimey. Horsemeat Disco is a disco in a pub, basically, every Sunday.
It's a queer party for everybody. We try to make the definition of queer as those outside the norm, so that you could be gay, you could be straight, you could be of any persuasion that's basically just outsiders. After being around all these clubs where the music was so cookie cutter, you know, same kind of stuff. If you look at a club like a pyramid, the top, the key up should be the music.
We just could not find anywhere in London, and then when you discover those little pockets of queerness, but that you can go as two friends, and we would take all our mates.
But we didn't
We're all
know
into
that was
different
out there.
things. It's very freeing.
The
It
gay scene was quite
amazing.
misogynist as well.
Massively.
I find, and like I had a lot of people, because it used to be a men-only sort of environment.
So we needed you to lead the way on that.
Yeah.
And then we kind of took the baton as well and said,
yeah.
this is a space for everyone
For
to
everyone,
feel safe.
we were always about the same kind of mantra, really. From the beginning to the very last party that we threw at Printworks, it's for everyone. For everyone.
I hadn't seen it done before. Like, it was urgent that we did Sink the Pink. Like, that didn't exist. We needed it for us.
Yeah.
Selfishly to start with, and then other kids needed it too, and that's kind of
when
that
it
same
builds.
energy.
We were never doing traditionally gay venues. We were really taking these venues normally in really run-down areas like Bethnal Green Working Men's Club. Maybe queer people wouldn't feel safe in before, and we were flooding
Making
them
that the magic,
with thousands of queer people. It's such a weird thing to compartmentalize our community and just people in general, I think.
When we first started, we'd be playing at gay clubs. We'd have people walking up to the booth saying, "What is this music?" And we'd go, "Well, it's disco music." In a gay club figure. It was kind of like that. You know, it's just like, this is crazy. And then slowly they'd hear a track and they'd run up to the DJ box. "Oh, I know this record." If it means that the penny dropped, that was always a joy, you know, they get it. And I think that's what disco's about. It feels very exclusive, but it's actually completely inclusive. It's like, once you get it, it's just a party.
The first time I went to Pride, I was 16 years old. It was so exciting to sort of reclaim the streets. For me, it was really important to be out there, let the world see who you are and to not be afraid. To lose that feeling of hypervigilance when you're on the streets, that you might get attacked or that someone might say something to you or shout something out of a car to you. To own the streets, that's what Pride means to me. We've done a lot of Prides all over the world, and the ones that I really like the most are the ones where the whole city comes out to watch the parade and the straight people are there and they're kids are waving flags and they're just participating and celebrating the sort of joy of what's going on, and the diversity of our community comes together, and I really love that.
I'm very proud to be one of the founders of Margate Pride. When I moved back down to Kent about 10 years ago, I witnessed a lot of homophobia in the streets, some very visceral images in newspapers about homophobic attacks, and I was just like, this is not happening. So we formed a collective and we set up Margate Pride, and we now walk through our town together, and it's about visibility, saying we're here, families come out, young queer kids see themselves in the parade and know that it's for them. There's something for everyone in our Pride, and I'm really proud to have done that in an area that I grew up, sort of inspired by my sort of Sink the Pink happy bubble, to go somewhere that really needed it.
I agree with visibility. I think that's the most important thing. Kick against the pricks, I say. And also, pay it forward, be kind, be tolerant, be understanding of people, listen, and support and love. Love, basically, the end of the day is it sounds fucking naff. That's pride to me. Protest.
Pride is, for me, a bit like what you were talking about, Luke, is freedom, but freedom for everybody. And I think there comes a certain level of privilege now where we are, and even privilege in living in a place like London. And I've heard so many people say, oh, no, I don't march, because they think that they have a great life in London. But actually, we shouldn't rest. And I think as I've got older and the work that we've done with Sink the Pink, I understand that more and more. We went to Sao Paulo Pride
Biggest one
a couple
in
of
the
years
world.
ago, and I have never in my life experienced anything
2
like
million
it.
people.
It transformed me. They are protesting, they are fighting for their very existence. And they come out with such fight and energy for it, and just the whole place transforms, and it really is such an amazingly powerful movement. And so I think if you can get out there, then you have to, especially with everything at the moment that's happening with all the drag attacks and the trans attacks. And the best thing about our community, I think, is that we lift those others that don't feel as safe and don't have as big a voice. Pride is powerful, it's really powerful, and it will never not be needed, I don't think.